Most people work hard for money but still struggle to manage it well. The question is why? It is not always because they don't earn enough. Often, it's because they don't fully understand how personal finance works. In today's video, we are going to explore some key lessons from Personal Finance For Dummies by Eric Tyson and how these lessons can help you take better control of your financial life. But before we go further, let's connect today's video to last video. In the previous episode, we reviewed the psychology of money by Morgan Housel. One of the biggest lessons from that book is that money has less to do with complicated financial formula or predicting the future, and much more to do with our behavior around money. Our financial decisions are influenced by our experiences, our environment, and our personal view about money. Once we understand why we behave a certain way with money, we can start identifying financial habits that may not be helping our long-term well-being, financial well-being. And once we recognize this habit, we can begin to change. Now, why the psychology of money focuses more on behavior, Personal Finance For Dummies goes deeper into practical side of managing money. The book is longer. It's about 22 hours audio book, but it's absolutely worth it. It covers the nitty-gritty of personal finance and serves as a great starting point for anyone who wants to put his or her financial life in order. One of the first lessons from the book is understanding your financial health. This means knowing where your money is coming from, where it is going, and what your overall financial situation looks like. The book explains how to measure your financial position and understand important things like taxes, debt, and saving. And just like we learned from psychology of money, one of the most important habits in personal finance is saving. Saving is not just about accumulating money, but saving gives you one thing, and that thing is freedom. The freedom to have options, freedom to make decisions about your time, freedom to build the kind of life you want. Let me share a personal example. When I started my first job, one of the first things I began to do was track my income and expenses every month. I wanted to have a clear overview of my yearly income and spending. So over time, this helped me to notice patterns, especially when it comes to salary increase from my employer. After a few years, I was able to estimate the percentage increase I could expect each year. This understanding helped me plan better. It helped me control my spending, and it also helped me decide when I needed to start a side hustle if I wanted to increase my income. Understanding number is extremely important in personal finance because numbers don't lie. But the truth is, dealing with numbers can sometimes feel boring or even overwhelming, like saving, taxes, investing, and managing financial resources can seem complicated, especially because the rewards are often not immediate. However, once you understand your spending and saving habits, the next step is building wealth through investing. So in part 3 of this book, Personal Finance For Dummies, the author explains different investment vehicles and how individuals can start building wealth over time. Becoming good at investing takes years of learning and experience. But one powerful idea from the book is that you can gradually become your own wealth manager. You do this by investing in knowledge, reading financial books, learning the principle, and then applying those lessons while managing your own money. Through experience, you can begin to understand what works and what doesn't work. Another important lesson is that everyone plays a different game when it comes to subject of money. Your investment strategy should follow your own financial goals and objectives, not someone else's strategy. When you try to copy someone else's financial path without understanding your own situation, you will end up making costly mistakes. The book also talks about protecting your wealth. So in part 4, you will learn about the importance of insurance and how it can help protect the financial resources you have worked so hard to build. And if you decide to work with financial planner or advisors, the book also gives you practical guidance on how to choose the right professionals. So in the final section, the book provides a survival guide for life changes, because changes happen and a lot of things unexpected happen. It also explains how to protect yourself from people who may try to take advantage of your money. So this part is interesting because as we learn in psychology of money, human beings are emotional. Sometimes it is better to be, even most times, it is better to be reasonable rather than perfectly rational when making financial decisions. Although this book is focused mainly on US financial system, but the principle and lesson are useful in almost any country. So if you are serious about improving your financial life, I really recommend that you pick a copy of this book, Personal Finance For Dummies, and start your journey towards healthier financial habits. So if you find this episode helpful, please share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. In the next video, the book, another book by Morgan Housel. The title is The Art of Spending Money. I hope to see you there. Have a good one.